What's going on, everybody? It's Jimmy. I'm back with another video that I know you guys are going to like. I'm really excited to make this. I think this is really going to help a lot of you guys who have been struggling, especially this past year, as I know I have. So without further ado, here it goes. A little over a year ago, I took a really big leap of faith in my, life and sort of mostly career journey, and it ended up in me failing, as I've talked about in other videos before. And I really hit rock bottom around December of last year and January of this year. And this whole year has been, well, as I would describe it, basically the last 10 years of my life could not even compare to this year. Like, the amount of failure and rejection and just absolute struggle in 1 year has been greater than probably 10 years of my life combined, which is okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it was actually really good for my spiritual growth, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. But, it's hard sometimes when we take these risks and these leaps of faith and we listen to our intuition and go in a certain direction. A lot of times, things tend to fall apart. We lose friends. We have to quit our jobs. Money is scarce for a while. And you're just like, man, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? I really wanted to make this video for you guys to encourage you and hopefully kind of lighten that burden of, man, what did I do wrong, right? I listened to my intuition and everything exploded. So this is something that my spirit guides kind of showed me, the universe, God, whoever has been talking to me lately. Because this year has been so difficult and rough, and I faced so much hardship and rejection and failure, like I said, I really was like, what is going on here? Help me out. And I remember I was walking past an elementary school that I lived nearby, and there was this young boy. They were having recess, and there was this young boy who was by himself on the basketball court, and he kept shooting these basketballs to try to get it into the hoop. And he kept missing. It was every time he shot the ball, he just kept missing. He would hit off the backboard or off the rim or something. But even though he was missing constantly, he still got the ball again and kept shooting the basketball. And all of his other friends and peers were out playing some other games and stuff like that. And it kind of made me wonder, why is he continuing to try to play this basketball game when he's constantly failing and constantly being rejected and stuff? And I think my spirit guides were kind of showing me hey, that's you right now. You're playing this game, that where you're facing a lot of failure and rejection. But the important thing is that, and you could see this on this kid's face, is that he absolutely loved and enjoyed what he was doing, right? He was playing the game that he wanted to play at recess, even though all the rest of the kids were playing tag, or they were, chatting with their friends or whatever games that they were playing. He decided on his own that this was the game that he wanted to play. And, that was kind of what I did about a year ago. I'd said, you know what? I'm not going to play this other game that I was playing at this other workplace with these other friends, and I'm going to go off and play the game that I want to play. And I know Florence Scovel Shinn, she wrote a book almost 100 years ago. This was in 1925, and the book is entitled The Game of Life and How to Play It. And basically, she talks about how life is a game, and you choose the game that you want to play. Like I said previously in this video, even though I've faced so much hardship and so much failure and rejection, I have absolutely enjoyed this year. Oddly enough, something on the inside of me feels more confident and more like myself and happier than I've ever felt in my entire life. it's solely because of the fact that I am playing the game that I want to play, right? I'm not playing somebody else's game that somebody else wants me to play. I remember in high school when I was on the tennis team, and one of the players on our team, their parents were making them play tennis, even though they didn't want to play tennis. And it was like, you could see it on this person's face, like they really hated being there, even though they were good at tennis and like they had a lot of skill and talent. They were into like art and stuff, and so they really didn't want to pursue tennis. And it's like, I watched this documentary on Michael Jordan playing baseball, right? And a lot of people make fun of him because he wasn't very good at baseball, and they kind of like let him play Major League Baseball, even though he really didn't have a lot of qualifications. Even though he was a great basketball athlete, that doesn't necessarily translate to baseball. But in the documentary, he talks about it was something that he just wanted to try. He just wanted to do it, and he did it. And I think we lose sight of the fact that life is sort of like a game. And I have other videos about, different perspectives about how to view life and stuff like that. But ultimately, a lot of times it's just about trying things and experiencing life. And sometimes when things suck or when we try something and we don't like it, in the moment it can be really painful and uncomfortable. But when you look back on it, you're like, man, that was such a horrible experience. Like if you've ever watched a movie that you thought was going to be really good, but it ended up being horrible. But then you want to watch it again because you're like, I just want to watch it just to laugh at it because I thought it was going to be so great, but it really was a disappointment. And, that's basically what I wanted to talk about in this video is that play the game that you want to play in life. Like, don't be listening to other people and playing their games unless you want to. You can be part of a team sport. You can be part of a single sport. I don't know what they call them, like fencing or, in tennis, they have doubles and then they have singles. And, you can choose what game you want to play. Do you want to play singles? Do you want to play doubles? Do you want to do both? Do you want to be the referee? Like you choose like what game do you want to play? Do you want to play the 9-to-5 job? Maybe that suits you. I don't know. Do you want to play the entrepreneur? Maybe you like that. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe you want a 9-to-5 and a little gig on the side. Who cares? Honestly, like, I really hope that the message of play the game that you want to play reaches you and touches you in a way that I've learned this far in my life. Because honestly, when I'm playing the sports that I want to play, when I'm playing the career games and the social games that I want to play, it's almost like rejection and failure just doesn't bother me anymore because it's like I'm doing what I love, so why does it even matter? And I'm doing what makes me fulfilled and happy in life, so why does it even matter that I'm facing financial hardship or that I lost a couple friends that probably were eventually going to leave my life anyways? So better now than in a later time when I really needed them. So anyways, hope you guys got something out of this. And if you did and you think other people would really appreciate this type of message, please share this video, like, subscribe so I can get this type of content out to other people who are struggling right now. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys on the other side of the mountain next year. And I got some surprises coming and can't wait.